Men in their 30s and up with no kids or wife. How is your life? It's pretty damn good. Lots of freedom. Great friendships. Lots of family time. And I'm free to help my friends and family with children. I volunteer in youth development, so I get to scratch the role model and staying young through attitude itch. I work in conservation in NZ, so I will never earn a lot of money. And I want to work in some really remote places in the future, so I'm happy to be patient with romance. And I'm not really too bothered about having kids of my own for a variety of reasons. I've considered getting a vasectomy, and it feels more right every year. Mellow as fuck. My monthly money obligations are super low, so I don't have to push myself once I hit my bills and savings. I travel a fuck ton and never think twice. I was recently given a dog as a birthday gift, and it is the most responsibility I've ever had in my life. Even she influences spontaneous trips to the beach or camping, and it's a hassle to sort. I can't imagine increasing it. I'm 41, and the majority of the women I meet off the apps in my age group are divorced with kids. I've never been married or had children. They all remark on my laid-back lifestyle. Right out of college I chose to be a live-in caregiver to my grandma for years. Felt like I was single parenting for a while. Now that I'm on to the next chapter of my life, I find myself enjoying not being responsible for another life, but still find myself planning my days like I have to be home to look after the house at night. Grandma had dementia. I was constantly in fear she would go on an adventure. I keep reminding myself someday I'll be ready to take on that parent-spouse role. But for now I'm still making up for those years of living in grandma's basement. I have a wife but no kids. We're both 31 and work fully remotely in six-figure jobs. Our life is amazing. We sign off of work at 5 p.m. take a homemade cannabis edible and play video games and chill for the night. We're nearly millionaires by net worth, and are on track to have enough to retire with several $1 million by age 40. We just took a vacation to the beach where we literally got baked on cannabis, ate delicious food at lots of restaurants, and relaxed for a week. We may have kids eventually, but we're enjoying our life too much right now to do so. Pretty good. Got a girlfriend, not a wife. I have a lot of free time for the things I enjoy, and I have the mental bandwidth to truly focus on things I want to focus on. I don't think a wife and kids are never in my future. It's just not a huge priority at the moment. I'm like just about where I want to be in life to have a wife and kids, so in the near future I'll likely start seriously considering it. But I literally just got to this point like 6 months ago, so I'd like to enjoy the benefits a little myself first. At a fantastic point in my life, started a new job with a retirement plan. Eating healthy and working out. Focusing on my hobbies with my limited free time. Enjoying being able to live life how I want. Creeps in sometimes. I find it damn near impossible to date due to my location and lack of a physical third place. And it can be overwhelming having to rely solely on myself. But I think I'm happy. It could absolutely be worse, so I'm grateful to be where I am for now. Health issues, losing my home, and looking forward to live under a bridge, and so many more problems that I have to say. It is much better that I'm all alone and I don't take an entire family down with me. I'm happy I don't have to provide for a family with all these problems that make life so difficult. When someone wants a family with kids, he should be able to provide for it. So it's really better this way that I only get myself down. I'm generally happy. LF. Particularly getting sober. So all in all, things worked out the way they had to. And I'm glad I didn't have to subject any kids to my bullshit in my late 20s or early 30s, although I did get divorced. I've got a great family, friends, a full life. I'm looking for a long-term GF. If I do have kids, great. If not, so be it. And it will fall into place when it's meant to. Just gotta keep moving forward. Well, I do own 2 motorcycles. I just took 2 years off work. And now I'm moving to South America to get a pilot's license. And then an international commercial pilot's license. So I'm damn excited. and I like Latin women, so I'm stoked. I'll probably work as a bush pilot for a couple years, and I love remote places, so yeah, it's good. And I can cook some damn fine food, which is great on a second or third date. Edit, and just like others have said, it's peaceful. This is the most at peace I've ever been. I was a woman in my 30s with no kids or husband. I bloody loved it. All the time and freedom and space and money. But then I met my husband and it just felt right, and then it felt right to have kids. And now I have no time and no freedom and no space and negative money. And I bloody love that too. There is no right or wrong way to be happy, but it's cheesy. It's true that you need to be happy with yourself. Okay, fine, there are some wrong ways to be happy. Like say if murdering is your jam. Other than being forever alone, pretty fine. Good job, good money, ability to afford all the toes I ever wanted. Half the time I think I'm missing out on the best part of life by being lonely. And the other half I think it's probably for the better. No drama and all of my free time is my own. My only concern is what happens when I'm old and sick. I'm healthy now, and I take care of myself. But we all break down eventually. And when I die, who's gonna ensure that I get a Viking funeral? 40 to here. In my 30s it was awesome. I had a lot of friends I'd spend time with and have a blast. My siblings had kids, so I got to do the uncle thing and enjoyed that experience. But a lot of friends had kids and stopped hanging out. My social circle has shrunk dramatically due to family, careers, moving, and it does get pretty boring. I no longer want to go out and party, but I don't have anyone at home to chill with. There's lots of freedom, but lots of loneliness as well. Real 30-year-old here. Good. Yes, I'm climbing up the job ladder, at not insane pace. Hobbies basically stayed the same throughout my life. At least ones I'm actually consider hobbies and not just the new flavor of the season. I have a cat and is basically my child. My social life is pretty good, and I go out and do quite a lot of new and fun things. I don't make a ton of money, but definitely not really budgeting a lot unless a medical expense or vacation is at hand. I play basketball 1 night a week and play in a men's baseball league every summer, along with hitting the gym a few times a week. I make enough money to afford a multiple-week vacation once a year. I have 4 or 5 close friends who I see at least once a month. When I'm not being social, I have enough downtime to read or work on my writing. Yes, the loneliness does get to me at times, but overall I'm pretty content with how my life is at the moment. It sucks. Was engaged a couple years ago, but it didn't work out. Had to sell our place, and now I'm back in an apartment and worried about finding a life partner. I've been seeing someone in the last year, but it hasn't been that serious. I feel like time is slipping away, trying to work out and focus on hobbies and spend good time with family and do a good job at work. Also have lots of free time for video games, but I'd rather raise kids at this point. Honestly, ups and downs. I have the ability to do what I want, whenever I want. I save easily, or buy whatever I feel like. Spend time with whomever I want without guilt or time restraints. Sometimes, I feel lonely and wish for someone there. After a while, I remember how exhausting relationships are, how much constant work they are to always feel not good enough anyway. Then I carry on. I haven't needed a woman in 6 years. I love it. It's not for everyone. But I also don't think it's that different from people who are married with children. I can occasionally feel lonely, but no more than I hear friends and family who are married feel lonely. Things can feel mundane, but not more often than I hear others expressing those same feelings. Basically, it's just a different brand of living. But it still has the same basic pros and cons, they just look different. I'm 30 for it's kinda cool, you can save money. But anyway, struggle to get more, don't know who people with wife and children manage to live with the same or less amount of money I get. Stop dating in my late 20s now is more difficult, though a big amount of women of my age are single moms or divorced. definitely have more problems with financial or mental health than I am. But it's okay, time to time I meet interesting single woman. Living with my GF for 3 years. I'm fucking exhausted from working 50 hours a week, but at least I don't have to worrying about putting a kid through college one day. Got a vasectomy 2 years ago, because being child-free is too good for me to give up. We can come and go as we please without having to wrangle a toddler and do the while. Okay, wear your shoes. Okay, put on your coat. Yes, you have to wear a coat routine. Not where I expected to be before my partner died unexpectedly at 37. But my life is alright. Own a house, have a bunch of pets, have some hobbies that keep me busy and get me out of the house. And I've got lots of friends and family around. Texted my high school friend group thread today, looking to see if anyone wanted to hang out next weekend, and immediately got 6 responses, so that feels pretty good. Friends. I have the time to focus on my health and fitness, so I can have sex whenever I want because I've been able to stay attractive. I get to invest my time and money into myself and my interests. My only real problem is that I hate my job, and that is dragging down my mental health, but other than that I would say I'm pretty damn happy and healthy.